Hey YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to another video from your boy Ather. Today I want to show you something I had a little trouble with regarding the ppsspp and the Ather sx2. Now with the Ather sx2, I had this game Star Wars The Force Unleashed. When you load into the game, I'm just gonna have to turn this down a bit. It's running pretty smooth, no problems. It might run a little slow because I'm recording. As you can see, it's kind of speeding up. So, in the beginning I actually ran this game in Volcan, the graphics settings. Well, actually not Volcan, Open GL. Open GL, it actually runs super smooth, but then I get this. Then I have to basically downgrade the bloody, yeah, you see what I mean. So Volcan actually makes the game run a lot slower, so I had to tinker with it a little bit. That's Open GL. So I had to mess around with it a lot. Regarding graphics settings, downscale the upscaler, multiplier. You can see everything is just not set. Blending accuracy is at minimum. Aspect ratio not even set. This is just standard, widescreen, I believe. So basically what I did is, the only thing I really changed was the general settings, and I set it to set optimal setting, or actually no, not optimal settings, clear settings for this game. And then just mess around with some of the system settings, turn most of the stuff off. Graphic settings, brought this down from 1 to 0.75. No map mapping, so that means it's off. This is also disabled. Catastrophic filtering disabled. Texture preload cache, always, as always, just that. Hardware download mode. Now, there are two options you can use here. Unsynchronized, which actually speeds up the game a little bit, but it doesn't look like it, obviously. So before I actually started recording, it was running 100% smooth. Okay, I'm gonna exit the game. Now that's the PS2 version. The problem I had with, and I'm gonna show you my biggest problem I had, was the PSP version. So now I'm gonna actually try it on PSP, and lo and behold, trying to use Volcan on this, you get that same graphic glitch I'm using on the PS2 version, where you get those weird graphic glitches, and it just fucked around, Let me just do this. Let's state. It's just running pretty smooth. No apparent glitches, and also I'm running with a few cheats just to demonstrate. because on this one the camera is a little fucked up. Alright, so using Volcan on the PSP version did not help me at all. Every time I use Volcan I get those weird graphic glitches if I use Open GL on the PS2 version. But Open GL on PSP, it's running pretty smooth. So game settings, I can upscale it to ×2, sometimes ×3. I think I tried it, but I'm just gonna leave it as it is for now. These are the settings I'm using. Frame skipping at 4, number of frames, which actually, yeah. Then this one is set to 500, unlimited. Skip buffer effects is off. Skip GPU readback is off. Spine by zero quality set to high. Buffer set to 2. Hardware transform is off. Software skinning is off. Upscale type hybrid and bicubic. Upscale level 3. I'm not turning on the deposit drives because it actually slows down the game. And I've got the anisotropic filtering all the way up to 16, texture filtering auto max quality. And then just system settings is pretty much straightforward, you know. Now I want to show you these cheats. I go all the way up. Game fixes. This is the only one I have on. I don't have any FPS fixes, but I do have widescreen X. So that also plays a big role. Then I just gave myself all of the crystals and, you know, HP, just to test out the game as I'm going, see if I can get it to run smooth. So again, I'm gonna go to my graphic settings, and if you want, you can try and copy this if you're playing the same game as me, the Star Wars, and you're getting weird graphic glitches. Remember, it runs smoother on Volcan, but on OpenGL the graphics actually, yeah, gets fixed. So you're not gonna get any weird graphic glitches. Funny thing is, if you actually have one of those cardboard VR things, you can actually play some of the games in VR. Well, it doesn't actually have tracking, so you cannot use tracking for the phone, but it just makes it everything. You can use a VR headset. But anyway, that's a settings.
A place of sacrifice since time immemorial.
Okay, as I can see, there might be a way I can actually go to game settings, display layout effects. As you can see, I'm using stretch. You have to use stretch in landscape, otherwise the widescreen patches will not work. And then I can actually just turn on bloom and see what happens. Still runs pretty smooth.
Are you prepared to meet your fate? by the dark side.
The dark side has made me powerful.
You will be betrayed by the dark side.
The dark side has made me powerful.
So it looks like it's running pretty smooth. It's an Open GL. Just do not turn off the buffer effects. So I'm going to show you. Game settings. You are going to need the buffer effects. So do not, I repeat, do not turn this off. I will explain, well, I'll show you why. See that? That just looks crappy. I don't know. I don't think anybody wants to play a game like that. Okay. Okay. Just so we all on the same page. Well, I'm on controls. Come on. Alright, so I wouldn't recommend you turn that off or on. If you want to try and get the game to look a little bit better, you can always just use these. So let's try FFXA anti-aliasing. Let's go around pretty smooth. Okay, so that's basically what I'm using for both games, and like I said, it runs pretty smooth on both of them if I'm not recording. PSP is much different because it doesn't need that much resources, you know, to run. I'm gonna exit the menu. I've got this other game, Ather. Now I still haven't actually found the limit on this game. I don't know if I've got a state. Ah, you piece of shit. Just gonna do that. Now, no matter what I do, I cannot get this game to lag. And I will actually prove this to you. Game settings. Already went up to ×3. Let's try ×4. Still not lagging. Look at the speed up top. Still runs smooth. So let's try pushing it up all the way. See what happens. Now I'm getting a lag. Okay. So that's the limit. So let's try times 8. Nope. Oh, and don't use Vulkan for this game also because it will not work. So let's try times 6. There you go. 71, 73, 60. Okay, so it is actually lagging. You don't really realize it, but it is actually lagging. Let's try to put this up to 3. And it looks like it works.
There's a virus harming creatures here. Many believe it's something we brought from Earth. Not a person.
You know we trust you.
Yes.
Now, other matters.
I want to skip this. So let's see what happens. Still looks good. Still running smooth. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so I feel it's running a little too slow, so for me I'm just gonna go to my game settings and I'm gonna bring this down back to what it was, times 4. You can see, still running good. Okay, so that's it. That's the settings I'm using. So game settings, it's also Open GL times 4 1080p, native device resolution, full screen, and I actually gave it some effects just now, you saw that. Frame skipping at 3, same as before, 500 unlimited. Skip buffer effect is off, skip GPU readback is off, lazy texture speed up. I actually want to turn that off and see what happens. Still runs smooth. Okay. Now I'm using a mid to low device, so yeah. These settings should work for some of you guys. Otherwise, if you're using a low-end device with 2 gig RAM and crappy GPU, yeah, I'm gonna have to say the first thing you're gonna have to check is which one of these are gonna work better for you, Volcan or Open GL. You're gonna have to play with times 1, times 2, times 3, times 4, depending on your device. For some games you can actually upscale it a lot, and then frame skipping, that's where the magic happens. Do not use auto frame skipping because I don't want that. I can turn it on, but that's why I have this one. I don't turn this on. If you have a low-end device, you can actually bring this down to low. The upscale, like I'm doing, you can actually bring this down. Hardware transform, software skinning, you can actually turn that off or on, but I'm turning that on. For Star Wars I turn those off, but for this one, yeah, I read by Cubic, upscaler, you can actually turn this off. I never turn on the deposit drives, I don't know, it doesn't work for me. And this traffic filtering is on 16 or max quality. Now this is mostly where the magic happens. You can mess around with these, but it's really unstable. So I have it unbalanced, so it doesn't mess around. Even for Star Wars, that's actually how Star Wars is running so smooth. It's just by turning on the low resolution for, well, you can see, lowest resolution for effects reduces artifacts. And I'm using balanced. Alright. You get cheats for this game. I only turned on the infinite health just for, checking so I don't die while I'm recording this. So there you go. That's Avatar. Man, I actually love these. Now, I think this one is based on the new movie because I've played the other Avatar movie before, and this is not it. You don't start as your avatar. You actually start as a marine. But okay, he does run this slow, so don't think it's the game. I thought, okay, maybe the game is running slow. It's not. So there you have it. Again, there's my settings for Avatar. Excuse me. So that's it, that's my settings for the game. Both games. Remember, I'm using Open GL just to keep the graphics of the game running properly, because using Vulkan does not do me any good. And I'm going to show you my settings, well, my system. You can get this on Android, well, yeah, on the Play Store. I'm not sure about the yeah, you know what I mean, other devices. There's my CPU, it's got 8 cores. There's the GPU, it's a Mali G51, not one of the best. GPU load 0, I don't know what that means. Device, I'm using a Huawei P30 Lite. There you go. Here's my space. That's my model. That's my board. Here's my screen. There's screen resolution. And I'm using a lot of memory right now, just because I'm recording. Okay, so that's it. If you want something to speed up your games a little bit, you can also download GreenShock from the Play Store. Just be sure it actually has a few ads every now and then. So like for me, opening up the Ather SX, you're gonna see boosting, and there you see it actually cleared up some memory. Just something you can get to speed up your games if you need to. So if you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you always be in the loop when the next video comes out. And also leave a comment down below if you have any questions. If something doesn't work for you, I will try to help you out. If it's on your Android device, I can try and help you out. If it's on your PC, I can try and help you out, because I've got this on my PC as well. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a wonderful day.